Hello.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being on time. We appreciate it. Oh, awesome lighting. Oh, I like that, Erin. Very nice.
Light has like this amp.
I do apologize for the noise my children are making in the background, but you won't have to listen to them. You guys are going to listen from Erin today. So I'm just here to introduce her. In case you don't know, Erin is my direct, one of my first Lula babies. And she's like part of the OG crew. And there's Miss Betsy as well. Hello. They work together and they are doing amazing with in-home parties. I know that that's something that I personally could definitely use some help with. So I invited her to talk to us and tell us her secrets and help us all out with some tips and tricks for successful in-home parties. And I will let you take it away, Erin. Thank you so much for your time and for helping us all out.
You're welcome. Thank you for letting us help you. So, I'm a teacher, so I'm used to talking in front of people, but I'm kind of scatterbrained at the same time. So I wrote down some notes and kind of started with where we started at and brought us down to the point that we're at right now. We're by no means perfect, and I know everybody does things completely different than somebody else depending on what they've got going on. So this is just what we do, what works for us, and I'm sure it might change in the near future, but I'm just going to kind of start with the beginning. So that's not the beginning. This is the beginning. That's kind of midway. So, well, she owns her own businesses, and we've kind of been out there in the community forever. And, it's a small place, and we have a lot of consultants here. I don't even know how many, actually. But now the dog is going to start barking. So, hold on. Stop that. Stop. Sorry. So, I'm not shy, but I'm kind of like an inward kind of person, and I don't like asking for help. And it felt like asking somebody to have a pop-up was kind of asking for help. And, they tell you in the beginning not to rely on family and friends to help you, get your business going. And even though they want to help you, and I knew I had some LuLaRoe loving friends and family, but just having a party at your house is kind of intimidating. I think it's a lot of work to clean up and prepare and get ready for that. And, I never want to burden anybody else. So I didn't really go out there and say, hey, do this for us. We'll give you free stuff. So we had a lot of open houses. I bought a Amish built barn, and that's kind of where we're at now. He sits like the A-frame. It's a good space. It's a 10 by 20. And I've got a changing room and everything. So we started doing open houses and lots of open houses. My iPad won't sit back. Hey, Mom. So why is it? I'm sorry. New with this whole iPad thing too. So lots and lots of open houses. I mean, I invite people all the time, but I was telling people every weekend, open house, and that really worked out. And it was late August. Well, when the weather started to change and get colder and wetter, I got really worried because we're on a farm, and there's no holidays, and people are busy, and I'm 20 minutes from town, so I was worried about parking and the mess in my yard and all the rain and the cold road conditions and all of that. So I got really nervous and didn't know what to do. She owns a business in town, but, it's hard to, take over a business all the time. And I knew we couldn't do that. So kind of fast forward. Well, when they came here, it was great. The kids would come with the parents. They all run around the yard and everything. So it was really good in the beginning, but I was really nervous about where it would go from there. In November, we had the Inspire Tour come to Raleigh. So we went to that, and they challenged us to book as many pop-ups as we could in 10 minutes. So for some reason, I felt like I could do that. So I sent out messages and texts, and I didn't call anybody. I didn't have any service there, but I think we booked like 3 in like 10 minutes. So I was like, whoa. And that was just all people that I knew. It was no putting it out on my VIP page or anything. So it kind of changed my mind about the way I had previously felt. So that's why I like Natalia's challenges, the Unicorn Wranglers challenges, Autumn and Ashley Ann's. I feel like they're good because they push me to do things that I'd never normally do, without any consequences, but it's just a boost to do what we want to do. So we have a challenge for you. When we get through this, I'll tell you about it. So if you don't get a chance to watch the whole thing, I'll post it on the team page. And of course, you're going to go back and watch it, right? So,
yes, I'll rewatch it.
Okay, thank you. So, where am I at? Okay, so I did the 72-hour game plan, I think 3 times, and I know that's bad because I should be doing it all the time, but I'm still working through the parties and the people from those 3 times. So I'm like, I'm kind of good right now. And I was really surprised. You think you don't know enough people to get through that, but apparently we do. And that doesn't even count for the people, on our VIP pages that we don't know. So I hate phone calls. My service out here is horrible. So I do text, I do messages, and I talk to people in person. And then I've started putting it out on my VIP page too. Like, hey, comment the first 5 people to comment here, book Thursdays multi-hostess, and then I shoot an incentive like this time was $100 free for this week, plus their regular incentives for whoever wins. I've done free pair of Valentine leggings was one of them, typical kind of things. When I ask somebody in person, I never like come out and say, hey, Blanca, why don't you do this? I'm not like that forward, but say when we're shopping here and somebody picks up a Sarah, oh, how much is a Sarah? Well, it's $70. And you see them like, can't afford that. Or, the Joy, or they want an outfit, but I can't do that right now, I haven't been paid. Or if I hear somebody say, I can't, or I shouldn't, or, so-and-so needs braces or a dance costume, I say, well, maybe next time you could earn yours free if you host a party. It can be online, it can be at home, but you hear that all the time, or see those facial expressions like, I can't spend that much money on myself. A lot of mamas say, I can't spend that on myself,
Yeah.
Do that, it's just not something I can handle. So that's when I say, hey, you should, or maybe you should think about it if they're like, still throwing those faces at you.
Oh,
Can I throw something in there?
Please.
During that time also in November, we started getting closer to the holidays, and we knew people wouldn't have time to be coming this far out of town, so we started doing some pop-ups at nights at my business, and maybe a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, but we always were giving away door prizes. We didn't do just one. We might do 2 or 3, or I think they got people more interested, and to see that, what they could earn by hosting or coming to our events we were having, because I think we were trying to set ourselves apart from the other consultants in the area, and I don't think they were doing quite as much giving away of prizes and things to you as we were doing.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, and that's when we started over the holiday. We're doing like the mystery hostesses and things, so they kind of got excited. I mean, they gave them incentive to come shop, even when we had a pop-up. So I think they liked that too.
Yeah. And then sometimes, like we did one, we've got a distillery down the road, and to get people to come taste and to see us, she's like one of my best shoppers. We had so many people come out, and it was like a $2,000 day. And we're
Wow.
like, we shouldn't give one girl that whole thing. So we split it and gave 6 people benefits. So I think that proves as being more generous. And
Yeah, we sold like 50-some pieces that afternoon,
Mhm.
didn't we?
yeah, and I mean, it was easy. It was just, they go taste, they go eat at the taco truck, they come here, they just floated all day. So maybe see, I don't know, there might be something you can not tag along with, but something going on in town that might fit, what you're going at.
Well, Erin kind of left out the distillery is a new business that just opened here. So she was looking, for something to draw people, attract her to her business. And at the same time, she was trying to help Erin out. And the little lady that runs the taco truck, she wanted to bring out somebody who's local, to help with them. And it's kind of, I think we're looking at doing some good things together, especially as the weather gets warmer. So
Wow.
might be somebody in your area that's interested in doing the same type of thing. And she didn't want any of the rewards. She said, give them to the other people.
Yeah, she said, I'll just come buy everything I want. She just kind of knows she can show up and claim whatever she wants. So all right, let me find where I was. We're getting crazy off topic here. So anyway, the ones that I talked to in person who kind of balk at, the higher priced items are the ones that end up booking a pop-up. And so when I talk to them about that, I kind of give examples of what we've done. Like, okay, no pressure. Like, if you want to do it online, that's fine. But if you want me to come to your house, you can earn way more. Like this online hostess that this past week, she sold like 5, 6, 7 things, and she's kind of disappointed. But people have soccer, they have school, they have work, they're tired, they forget, they're cooking, and I think we kind of forget that we're on Facebook all the time because we're working it, that other people aren't on it all the time. They'll check it for 5 or 10 minutes before they have to run pick up their kid, but then they put it back away. And in that 5 or 10 minutes, they can't possibly see everything we have to say, and their friends and their family and everything. So, and then, so now I comment regularly. I put up a graphic like, all right, I have 2 days open in March. Comment below if you want March 26th, any time frame, or comment, the first 5 to comment will claim, hey,
Say
the
hi,
first
Miss Erin.
comment here. Loud. So the first 5 to comment here will book the day of the multi-hostess. And I know that's not in home, but along the same lines, I kind of do the same thing for both. All right. So she will ask me all the time, are you taking everything? Because this barn is full. It's 10 by 20. I've got a corner for a dressing room, a corner of junk, and this little space by the door here with like my bags and cards and more junk. And but like this whole wall is full, and then the wall on the other side is full, and that my leggings are in tubs now because I take them out so much. She's like, are you taking everything? And I'm like, can't sell it if you don't take it. And
We look like the Clampetts when they were moving.
The truck with the mound and like the rocking chair with Granny on the back. That's us. I take my husband's truck and load that sucker down, and like a kid wants to go with me, and I'm like, strap you to the top. She take her Durango and fold all the seats down and put some more stuff in it. And unless we have a serious space constraint, I take it all. Can't sell it if you don't take it. And I might not sell but like one Sarah, or might not sell any, but everybody knows I have them after I leave there. And it's better than somebody really wanting it and me saying, well, they're back at the barn, you can come by, I can shoot you some pictures. But there's another girl in town who has a storefront, they can swing by there. or they can go to the girl who discounts her maxis to $12 and get whatever. But if they're right there in front of them with me, they're more likely to just grab it then, if they see it, because seeing it is much more than, seeing it and touching it is much more than seeing it on Facebook. So,
well, we sell so much more by people being able to touch and feel the product.
And try it on. They're scared to buy Sarah because they don't know how tight the arms are going to be. Well, they can figure it out real quick because I'm taking them with me. Or, well, I want a Sarah to match what this shirt I'm wearing right now. Well, I've got them here. So sometimes it works out to my advantage and sometimes it doesn't. And it's just an extra 50 pounds of crap I got to take home. But, whatever, it works. Or it doesn't work, whatever. So it's just exposure. And then, sometimes I catch myself thinking, well, do you think it's worth it to go to Sarah's house? I'm not sure how many friends she has that loves LuLaRoe. Or she said she's only got like 4 people coming. We went an hour south to North Carolina. They were calling for snow. We're like, whatever. We're used to snow. We've got 4-wheel drive. We're going. The LuLaRoe will hug us to the ground. So we get down there, and as we're walking in the door with monster tubs, she's like, I'm getting cancellation after cancellation after cancellation. And we're like, oh, crap. Okay, so we went in, set up anyway. I mean, it's like flurries, like barely little flurries. So we set up. One girl shows up. And she bought $165 worth of stuff, which was cool. It paid for our gas to get down there. But then she's like, well, should we rebook it or, rain date it? And I'm like, what if this happens again? You can't help but let the negativity like flood in on you. But, I kind of wipe myself clean and it's like, yeah, come on, we'll do it. Pull out my calendar. And that's what I commented on Ashley Ann's post. She's like, what do you think? What's one word of advice you'd give to people starting or people in it? And I'm like, just say yes. Whatever anybody has to ask, say yes. And that is not my motto in the rest of my life. But usually it's like, just say no. But with LuLaRoe, I'm like, let's do it. So we booked 2 or 3 weeks later. And she had like 15 girls come, and not all of them knew LuLaRoe, but most everybody went home with something. We had one girl sneak out, but she came in LuLaRoe, so it's not that she didn't like it. So, and it worked out. So, if I'd said, it really wasn't worth it, and
well, it's just like the party we drove to the other side of Richmond. We drove 2.5 hours for a party, and this was a relative of ours, so it didn't seem like there were going to be many people there. In fact, it wasn't, less than 10 people? But it ended up,
including the kids again.
Yeah. Ended up, it was a pretty good day. So, you just don't ever know.
She probably got $200 worth of free stuff. I mean, you just can't gauge it. And a lot of people know people that aren't on Facebook. So I ask if they want paper invitations. But, people get those and throw them away. So I don't really know how effective any of that is. I just say do it all and you're not going to be missing anything. But aside to in-home parties, say I went to Richmond, if she had a crew that were sick, couldn't come, I don't care if it was one person, I will give them the link to shop afterwards. So I have that same page, the shopping page that Autumn has, because I was having uploading issues. It caused so much stress in my life. Like there were times when I was like, I can't do this. Like I'm done. I'm going to pay my crap off and then I'm done. So I tried the shopping page that Autumn has. So my inventory just stays posted. I go in, clean it up, kick everybody out, bring them in. It's just a constant flow. It helps so much. Then, so if she had one girl that was sick, I'd say, all right, just log on, during the party, whatever. She can go pick out what she wants. I can invoice her, leave it with the girl or ship it to her or whatever she wants to do. And then that counts towards her party. So there've been cases where I did a lot from allowing that. And then a lot of my not a lot of my VIPs, but I've gained new VIPs from doing that. They're like, you're doing that for me? That is so nice. And then I can give them that one-on-one, matching and, connecting with them, because I'm allowing them to shop with nobody else in there. I mean, they've got like 1,500 pieces of LuLaRoe they can choose from, and just have me at their exposure to do whatever, match whatever size. I'll try it on, take pictures, I'll measure, do whatever. So like I said, just say yes. So I know not everybody can do that as easily without the shopping page, but that's one thing that I found really helped me. Sometimes I might do it before, sometimes I might do it after, but it's like right before or right after, just depending on what else I have going on, or if I have the page ready. I've deleted my stuff that sold. So, all right, so when we pack up to go, well, I create the Facebook event as soon as I book it, I create it, and they invite their people. And then I'll start posting like a week and a half in advance, and I'm obnoxious with it. Like, I'll post size charts and pictures of me and pictures of, those one with like the 3 in real life size charts. So I try to keep them going, and I kind of coach my hostesses like, hey, if they see you're excited, they see you're active, you're posting your outfits, they're going to be more excited about it. So I go through and coach them a little bit.
But be sure they know how to invite the people on Facebook. The one we did last weekend, she did not know how to invite people. So you might have to teach them a little bit about Facebook as you go, because some people never have done events on there.
Some people will share the event. Some people will tag them in it. And I'm like, no, honey, you've got to invite. So we got her straight, and she did good. I mean, how old is Connie?
In the late 60s.
Late 60s. She did really good. So so it takes us an hour to set up together, and an hour to take down, and we keep our party like 2 hours long, but usually it's like 2.5 or 3 by the time we sit down with the hostess and tell her rewards and get her to pick out her stuff. I give them, when they want to host a party, I give them the Google Docs. So I have all their information, but on there I say, does anybody smoke? Do you have any pets? Am I gonna have to walk up 20 flights of steps to get to your place? Do you have an awesome outdoor area we could do this in? Because say they smoke in their house, the outdoor area, if they have a patio, that answers that, that solves that problem. So I get all their address and everything in there. So I'm forgetful, and I'll go back to that, and that'll fix that problem too. So after the setup, after we get there, just be flexible with, whatever they've got going on. Some houses have expanses of space. You can, set up, do whatever you want. Sometimes you got to get kind of creative. I have the double racks that do that. And I mean, they're pretty large. You can't just put it in the hallway. So, maybe move a coffee table or something, but don't go rearranging their living room.
And a lot of times we scattered out 3 or 4 different rooms. Maybe a rack in each room, or
yeah, as long as they're like living areas. I wouldn't want to put anything in a bedroom. They change in a bedroom, but bedrooms are kind of private. I just wouldn't go that route. So when we get there and people start showing up, people will show up early. So kind of prepare yourself for that too, because I can get kind of frazzled if I'm like, I can't help you and set up for everybody else that's coming, or I can't show you what that is because it's all messed up,
There's always one person that wants to get the goodies before everybody else gets there.
Yeah, she's like grabbing leggings out of your hand, like opening bins for you, and I'm like, honey, you gotta stop that. I don't even know what that is. Just be cool. Go drink a glass of wine. You need to encourage wine. Like, you just stand at the door with a pitcher, hand them a glass of wine, tell them to go chill out for a few minutes, and then they'll be ready to shop. They'll have their like checkbooks in hand. So when everybody finally gets there, we make a point to greet everybody and, just talk to them like they're your best friend, like they're your cousin's aunt or something. Treat them all the same way. I don't care if they've got whatever going on. But we asked them if they know LuLaRoe. I mean, obviously you'll see some come in it, and some will walk in like, oh my God, what is this? So ask them if they know it. And then I ask, do you want to roam around and kind of look for yourself, or do you want me to kind of give you, a short little spiel about what I have here and there? And a lot of them will say they want to know, they want me to tell them. And then I'll say, this is a classic tea. If it's like a classic tea, and I'll kind of pick up the same size, like a medium classic tea, a medium Irma, a medium perfect, and go through the different styles. That way they can see the size difference in each, the cut difference in each one. Some of them just want to be left alone, like they want to just meander through, and they'll come and ask me later for details.
Now, Erin, one thing I want to point out too, I do this, I run a little restaurant, coffee shop kind of business, and I have found if you get to know your people, your customers, don't really talk to them about the product itself, but ask them about their kids or how their mom or dad, if you know them, just ask personal questions where you form a relationship with them. And I know they appreciate it. We have them to come back over and over again, and just talk to them, talk to your people casually at the party, and just, you don't have to be talking about what they're looking at, but just a casual conversation. And I think it breaks the ice where, they don't think you're trying to push something on them.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, I always hate, we go in Belk here and they're like, can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you? I'm like, no, you can't help me because I haven't even had a chance to look at anything. Leave me alone. So you don't want to be that person. And I'll tell them, like, I don't want to hover, but I'm here. So if you need something, you want to know something, just let me know. I'm not going to like stand over you and, bug you. And they all kind of like chuckle at that, and they like that from what I've found. So after I say I don't want to hover, I'll kind of walk around, I'll straighten things up. I'll get sizes, sometimes your racks are all flipped around and doing wrong stuff. So I'll get them all straight and nice. And I don't stay right up on top of them, but I stay close so they don't have to yell or feel like they're interrupting me if they have a question. Mama and I will kind of talk to each other, and it's not like it's a plan. I just tried to think of some things that we do naturally. We'll talk to each other. She'll say, I didn't know you had this. When did you get these in? And I'll say, oh, this would go really good with that Cassie you've been trying to find something to match with. So we'll kind of talk back and forth, and I feel like that gets other people wanting to talk back and forth too.
I want to see what you're looking at.
Yeah. Or I'll say, ooh, this Sarah would look good with your Carly. And then you'll see them like, well, what are you talking about? Where Sarah's over there? So it kind of, if you don't know them already, I feel like it kind of gets you a breaking point with them.
It's just like the Amelias. Everybody was trying on Amelias. Erin introduced Amelias this past weekend, and all of a sudden we look at everybody was trying on Amelias.
Yeah, they're like, ooh, go take that off. I'm gonna try it on next. So I haven't shown them to my VIPs yet because I haven't gotten a good number. I've got like 4 or 5 in each size. But like with my hostesses, I want it to feel like, hey, I don't have many. I haven't shown them to anybody, but I'm bringing them to your house. I'm bringing them for you. And they're like, ooh, she's bringing me extra stuff. So they really like that. And like while I'm meandering, I'll like make outfits and kind of hang them on the end of the rack just to, things that, especially pattern mixing. If you see some people saying, I don't pattern mix, I don't know how to do that, well, start throwing together some and hang them up, and they're like, no, it's all about that. So you have to help people, and like, I don't know who says it. Is it Natalia that said you've got to give them permission to wear things? It's really true. They're like, I didn't think you could do that, or I didn't know didn't realize that and that would go together. So or they'll say, well, I don't really like how the perfect tee fits on me. Well, have you tried it with a skirt? Because with a skirt's really cute. And I'll show like the little hang tag for it. She's wearing like a Cassie, and she's got it knotted on the sides. They're like, oh, that is kind of cute. So it might not be right for their leggings, but it might be right to tuck into a skirt or to knot it cute up on the sides with their jeans or whatever. You know, if they still want to wear jeans, that's fine. I just can't sell them to them.
Well, I was going to tell you too, another thing that I encourage people when they're shopping, especially if they're kind of new and haven't purchased a lot yet, don't start the way I did. When I started shopping, it's like, ooh, I like that. I want that piece. I want that piece. But I was not getting things that coordinated together. So at the pop-ups, I encourage people, if you're looking for a top, or if you don't have something special in mind to wear with that top, then go there and pick out a pair of leggings to go with it. Just so you'll have something, because it is like hunting a needle in a haystack, trying to find something if you don't buy it at that time.
And it's good also, like, you know, some of your hostesses or guests, they're on point with their outfits. So if you're trying to help somebody, even if you don't need help, you ask, hey, Sarah, come over here. You're really good at making LuLaRoe outfits. What do you think we should put with these leggings for her? If you don't need help, they don't know that. Just ask them. So,
and everybody's got a different style too.
Yeah, I found that some people put things together I'd never even think of, and they look way better than what I could have done. So you'll definitely have those girls in there that are fearless and are not afraid to try new things, and then you'll have some in there that are just like, it's second nature to them putting this stuff together. And then you might find some that are more, you know, like she might trust this girl's fashion sense more than mine. And, you know, me saying, I totally wear it. She's like, well, look what you're wearing right now. I would not wear that. So she might trust what she's wearing. You might be able to pair something together that way. And not that I go in and like, we got to move this stuff. Put this with this and try to make her buy it. Like, it's never like that. We take, you could use anything, I guess, but we take these rolls of tickets, and everybody that comes will give a ticket to. If they're wearing LuLaRoe, we'll give them another ticket. You know, you just make up your own rolls, and
To bring a guest, they get a extra ticket.
Yeah.
Well, one of them we did. If you're wearing LuLaRoe, you get one per coming. If you're wearing LuLaRoe, you get two
more. Yeah, book a party was 5.
Yeah, if you bring a friend, you got 3, or you know, something like that.
You know, like, ooh, how many do I get? Well, I did this and I did this, so they're like excited about some tickets. And then I have the cute kids draw tickets, so it's not me picking my favorite guest. What else? Oh, so we draw for, I printed these little things, fashion fundamentals, no, not fashion fundamentals, the assets, gift certificates. We do a $10, $5, you know, like the 4 packs of like little wines. I picked up a thing of those, and I'll take one to every party, and that'll be a door prize. Some of the little paparazzi jewelry. I took a necklace the other day and forgot to do that one. You can think of whatever you want. We did a pair of Valentine leggings the week of Valentine's Day. I think I talked about this already. I don't push booking parties, but I'm really honest. And you'll see some girls kind of hang around towards the end. Maybe they want to hang out later. The kids are playing or something. But sometimes I feel like they're like, what's she going to get out of this? So they're like, you see their jaws dropping. Their eyes are getting really big when Mama's going over. And like the other day, Mama's like, you need to go shop some more. So she jumps up and runs and shops, you know, and I have them look when we first get there, like pick out their favorite things and set them aside. Some people are too busy fixing their food and stuff, but so at the end, that's exciting. You'll see like nobody, you mentioned booking a pop-up, nobody will say anything, but then at the end, when they hear that Jennifer got $280 free, they're like, sign me up. So I'll tell them, you know, we can do online. I'll do it all day long for you, but you might only sell 5 pieces and earn, you know, 2 half-price items. it just depends. But you can have it at your house where people like want to come hang out with you anyway, and you could get hundreds of dollars of LuLaRoe free. I have a third paper and nothing on it. So then we pack up and come home, and I have started asking, like this weekend, I forgot to take a picture of Jennifer and all of her free stuff. So I sent her a message and I said, hey, get your mama to take a picture of you with your free LuLaRoe. So she took one with her little girl, and it was kind of laid out on the couch. And I was like, oh, that's cute. So I posted it. 5 seconds later, she posted another one where she's like in this cheerleading stance and has thrown her free LuLaRoe up in the air. And I was like, I asked you for a picture, and you gave me the G-rated one. I want that one. So she said, well, post that one too. So I posted that one too. Said, this is what I asked her for. This is what she really felt like. So, people like seeing how excited she was about it. It wasn't just like, free shirt. It was like, hell yeah. So, Mama is my mathematician. I cannot do it. I can't work a calculator. So she has to be there to work these hostess rewards calculators in the money box.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
So she is gonna break down. I have no idea what she does, honestly, because my brain can't wrap around that.
Well, pay attention because you're gonna learn.
I think you just need to make me a copy. Because if she's sick or something, I'm in trouble. I'm gonna be like, can we cancel? Oh my God, I can't do it. Let me call my sick mama so she can work your hostess rewards.
Well, when we started, I was like, Erin, so what are people doing for hostess rewards? We really didn't have a clue. Only what people here locally did we have any idea. And to me,
Tell them what.
Yeah, 10% or what was it? And they only counted leggings
For like a half
an item, or
and then people like Kelly came to your pop-up and brought a friend, and they bought like hundreds of dollars worth of stuff, and she's like, no, that don't count. It's like,
yeah, I got like $45 is all I got. This is when Erin, before she even was thinking about signing up, I got $45 in product.
That day I didn't stay because I was going to look at Barnes.
Oh, okay. But anyway, I was like, really? That's all I got? And actually, I did another one.
No, she didn't even. She said, well, I didn't know that was your hostess party. Like, we set up this date and time. How did you not know?
Yeah.
I mean.
Then the other girl that sells the maxis for $12, I did one with her in the beginning. And honestly, I ended up paying her $20. And I was the hostess for the party. So that was crazy. So I told Erin, we had to do better for our people than that. So this is what we came up with. I'll hold this up and I can stop, see if you can see it. What I do is I get a total of the party in sales. I'm using an example from the other day. First total was $1,121. So we give her 10%, which would be $112. She gets $112 in free product just for the total in sales. Then I total up the total pieces for the party. So what we do there is for every 10 items, she gets one free, right? Yeah. Every 10 items, she gets one free. So she got 3 free items for that. Yeah, each 10 you get one free. So she got 3 free items at her party. Then she had 31 items. I didn't give her 10% off. I did some other things for her because she sold some expensive pieces. She had quite a few Amelias that sold that day. We don't do, this isn't carved in stone for us. It depends on the hostess and the items that were sold, not all leggings, of course.
And if she put forth some effort.
Yeah, if she, and we just weigh each party different. She had a party booked, so we gave her, for every party booked, we give a half price item. So she earned a half price item for booking a party.
And she'll get that at her cousin's party.
Then we give a free pair of leggings just for hosting a party. So she got that.
And I don't tell them any of this in advance because honestly,
they don't ask. But the things that she had picked out, like she picked out a Randy, an Amelia, a Cassie, a couple of Adelines,
A pair of leggings from Madison too.
Yeah, a kid's pair of leggings and a pair of leggings for her. But, you know, and I was honest with her. I said, well, you get free items. I would use my higher price items. And not everybody would do that. But I told her to use her higher price items as her free items. And, you know, you could have just said, or you could have just figured it yourself and gave her the $30 or $35 items for the free items and use the others towards, you know, her $112 credit. But we don't, you know, I didn't do that. I felt like if we were honest with her, that would just be better for us in the long run, because I felt like it would create a forever customer with her mother. She had,
Her neighbor.
yeah, her neighbor spent $500.
And didn't buy a single piece for herself. Bought it for her daughter, and her daughter's like a teenager with a baby. Bought mommy and me, and bought, you know, all kinds of stuff for her. And I was like, you didn't get anything for yourself. And she's like, I'll do that next time. But when we left, the hostess and that neighbor were like, we've been thinking about joining LuLaRoe. We're going to join under you. So I added them to the potentials page when we got home, and they had lots of options in town that they knew. And, you know, anybody, like I found you guys online, they could have done that too. But I think being good to them probably made her decision for that. I don't know if they will join, but, you know,
Yeah.
you never know.
But if somebody had, let's say she had 31 items, I just ended up, actually she ended up buying a few things herself. Or no, it was a friend that couldn't come. She bought a cauliflower. So afterwards I even gave her credit for that. Anyway, at the next party that a friend booked, she just gets to pick out something for free. So she ended up okay in that deal. But if somebody, let's just say somebody sold 35 pieces. Well, if for every 5 pieces, I gave them a half price item. So let's say she sold 35, she would get the 3 free, then we give her a half price item. Let's say she sold 37 pieces. I would take the extra 2 pieces and maybe give her 20% off of another item. So I just feel like that's the fair way to do it. When you look at the other direct sale businesses, you know, they're pretty carved in stone what their hostess rewards are. So I felt like we needed to come up with our own, but in the long run, I think people will know that, especially around here, that, hey, I want to book a party with them. They're the ones I'm getting all the benefits from. So I feel like it's going to create forever shoppers with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I want to host a party with me. That's pretty sweet. That's more than I get right now. To pay for all my stuff now. So, I think that's all that like we had thought about to tell you, but ask any questions. I don't know how you do any of that, like unmute or anything. I had enough trouble getting on here. So,
thank you so much, ladies. That was awesome. I appreciate it. I'm in awe of what you guys have accomplished with your in-homes and looking at your rewards. I mean, I'm in awe of your generosity with your hostesses. That's amazing. You give back so much to them, and that's why, you know, it's coming back to you tenfold. So keep doing what you're doing. You're amazing. Ladies, if you have specific questions, go ahead and unmute yourselves, and please feel free to ask. Erin and Miss Betsy will still be available to answer some questions.
can you read it? Yeah. Ask me something. I don't have any babies in here screaming at me. So I don't know if I can answer it. I'll try to. But really, I wing it. I'm like, I don't know what we're doing. Let's just do something. And then when I don't know the answer, I'm like, what you think? So that works. We're not all high society down here, so winging it works pretty well.
Have you you kind of talked about hi. You had talked about earlier that you rescheduled one party, but have you ever, like, I don't know, have you had a situation with a party where only one person did show up? At, like, I don't know, were you able to resolve it on the spot? Or, because I did have that situation at my last in-home, one person showed up and,
So what did
yeah.
you, like, I know you asked me the question. I just asked you, went back, answer your question with the question. Right? What did you do?
I mean, we tried to just kind of have fun with it. I didn't have anybody nearby that could come and shop. Like, it was kind of, it just wasn't a great pop-up. Fortunately, it wasn't like too far from my house, but yeah, I was hoping maybe I could call people and have them come shop or something, but
Yeah. Well, in that case, like,
Well, no, it's kind of after the fact at that point. But when Erin sets up an event and I'm tagged in it, and it's just like, as a young girl that's going to have one here in a few weeks. Well, she only had tagged like maybe, 20 people in it? Well, I knew even there was a couple of her relatives, aunts, that she hadn't even tagged. So I sent her a message and asked her, hey, is it okay if I tag some people along because she's having it at my little restaurant. It's where she's having it. So I asked her and she said, sure. So, and there's people that haven't even been able to come. I would say to probably stay on top of people that are invited, the numbers, because what do they say? Maybe if you invite 25, you can count on maybe 5 showing up.
yeah, sorry.
Well, I mean, you want that invitation list to be on up there, because especially on Facebook, if you notice, a lot of people,
They don't see it.
they don't even see the invites. I went back and looked at Connie's party, the people that actually saw her invites, and it was hardly any that saw her invites. So,
Yeah.
and she did do a lot, a lot of her invites were by word of mouth. So, especially on Facebook, if you're inviting, the more you invite, the better off those parties are going to be.
And like, so I know the one I went to, it was the weather that it messed a lot of them up, and they were noodle-oodle so it's like you couldn't say, hey, what were you looking for, kind of thing. They needed to be there, but your girls will usually know, like, well, my cousin is sick or my best friend's daughter's sick. It's like, oh, well, you want me to shoot you some pictures? She's got some gorgeous stuff. So, suggest, like, hey, do you know anybody we could, like, make some outfits for, or like, what size Irma is she? Let's send her some Irma pictures, if they know their favorite piece. But as far as rewards go, what do you do? What would you do?
It's kind of hard to give them any more than the 3 pair of leggings, I think, if you only had. Well, depends on, did they buy anything? The one person?
yeah, they bought stuff, and we kind of did what you were talking about, where she had one person that just wasn't able to make it, and she knew she was looking for leggings and a top, so she got at least points for that. And then and she bought, like, her mom bought something they lived together, but
I'm sure she understands that she can only get but so much from that, and just, I don't know, you can only extend yourself so far. But on the other hand, if you think she's going to be a lifelong customer, or maybe a referral, that's what you got to keep in the back of your mind. Just extend it just a little bit if you're able to.
Yeah, maybe, I think maybe I would have, because we did one girl on the online thing, only had one person shopped. And kind of what we did for her, I closed the party down and everything, but you could say, hey, not tonight, but maybe on a future part, like, you don't want them to get rewards for what they buy to make up for their loss. Like, if they actually did this party the right way, you can be more lenient. But like, if they just said, oh, I get free leggings, I'm not going to try real hard, and she's just going to come and give me the pair of leggings I want, you can say, hey, I'll give you 20% off on your next order, my next pop-up or something. And, that at least brings her back and gives her something also.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's hard. Because, you know, and like my best friend, she's like, well, nobody ever comes to my parties. And she wanted to do one online. And I'm like, nobody's going to come to an online party either. You know, like if you're not engaging your people to come to your house, you're not going to engage them online either. And she didn't. And one person bought her Randy. And I felt bad because she's like my best friend. But she understood. So she was happy with her, it was like 10% off or something. I felt so bad. So that is hard.
But then you don't want your friends to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
You have to let them know that, you know, they can't take advantage of you let them think that they can get more than somebody else.
Yeah, that's what I tell them. This feeds my kids. And my kids eat a lot. Like, this is work.
I find that sometimes it's the people that you know that respect your business the least like a business. I don't know why that is. But they, you know, I'm like, if I had opened a Starbucks, you wouldn't come on there and expect me to just give you like all the free treats all the time. But because I do this out of my home, you expect me to just give you all this stuff. So that I completely agree with that. It is hard, especially when you know them and you feel like they're not respecting your business. But stand your ground, ladies, because you are worth the price that you're selling. You're worth the product. And if you believe in it, they'll believe in it.
You're worth your credit card bill, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're still, yeah. You know, I mean, of course, in the beginning, when people asked me, hey, do you do families and friend discounts? I would answer with, I would love to be able to give everybody a discount. But at this time, I'm still building my business. And I really still have to pay my investment back and continue growing my inventory. So I completely appreciate your support. I look forward to the day that I can give more generously. But for now, prices are what they are. And end of story. You know, don't feel bad for valuing yourself and your business. We all know what it takes to get started, how much it takes, the time sacrifices, and you are worth it.
And you know, Natalia, the people that I find that really want to comment about prices, people haven't even seen the price start with.
And they're the ones that have the money.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. All right, ladies, any other questions?
I had a question, although I'm not sure that I'm using this right. And it really isn't about what we learned tonight, but something that, because I'm not all that good with Facebook and online stuff, and I think that's my biggest worry. How about, like, people are always saying they're landing up in like Facebook jail. Like, how do you do that? How do you avoid that when you're like loading albums?
I've never been in Facebook jail, and watch tonight I will, because I said that. But that was another one of my big worries. Like, the internet out here, it's a hot mess. They're like throwing cables out, not burying. I was having so many internet issues. I just knew Facebook jail was coming. So that's why I did the shopping page, and that how do you say that word? Alleviated all of that stress, and I don't have to worry with it. I just make sure your post, like if you use Word Swag or something, make sure your like your graphics are fresh and new, and they're not the cookie cutter photos and graphics that you get from the company all the time, or you know, like you see memes that like run rampant on Facebook, like the same one all the time. Don't post stuff like that all the time. But other than that, that's all I really know, because I've never had an experience with the Facebook jail. And I know with Randy? I know Lisa and Randy, I think, they wound up in Facebook jail and had no idea why. So,
Girl, that was me.
oh, Morgan too?
I was in for 2 weeks, like right before I onboarded. I was in there for 2 weeks. It was awful.
What did you do?
So
like, there.
What I think that it was is if you if people report your posts like as being spam, and it because I had added a bunch of friends to it, and if somebody reported it like they didn't want to see it anymore, that it was spam or they saw it too frequently, Facebook would pick up on that. So important to not spam your friends page, and just put out a little if you don't like it, just leave. You don't need to report me, just leave. So
So it has nothing
for
to do with
QVs.
the amount of stuff that you're posting in albums. It has nothing to do with that.
No, it does too, how fast you post. Randy just chimed in on the chat too. I'm reading here. She played music. You also have to be very careful if you are live and you play copyrighted music. That can send up a flag for Facebook as well. But yes, when you are loading albums, and this is why I personally gave up albums, because we have to space them out, how we preload them or how we post them. You can't just post 100 pictures in one album and then, just do it back to back to back to back. Facebook will think that you are a robot spamming the site, and they will put you in jail. So when we were running albums on Sundays, I would start preloading my albums at 6 o'clock in the morning for my 2 o'clock in the afternoon sale. I would make the cover and then fill the album. So you do everything that you would do to create an album. I'm so sorry about the noise. Julia!
Yep.
So you do everything that you would do to create the album. You preload it, but you don't hit post. And you want to do that and open several tabs for every album that you have. And then you don't hit post until your party time. But you have to do that preloading, and I would say at least 20 minutes between albums to be on the safe side. Also, if you can have, I have a fake Natalia Hills Facebook account that I can log on to, that I made admin to my page just in case. Have a backdoor to your page. That's my main advice.
When I did Ashley Ann's takeover albums, I did what you did. I preloaded the albums in different tabs. And I mean, it wasn't nearly as long of a time span as you do. And then I go to hit post and they're gone. My classic album, empty. There was nothing there. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh no.
Come up off that boat and kill me.
And you gotta learn how to load things to albums. I don't know how to do any of that yet.
Also, ladies, I was on Facebook jail 3 times because my group, they thought that by sharing my live videos that they were helping me, but a lot of the other VIPs that didn't want to be there started reporting me to Facebook. So I received emails from Facebook saying that I was harassing and spamming VIPs.
And it wasn't even me.
And it wasn't me. It was my VIPs sharing my live videos. So that's why I stopped doing my live videos on my VIP page. So I'm doing it in other pages.
It's why have the share feature if that's what's going to come of it?
Yeah. So it ended up being in Facebook jail 3 times. The first time was for a week. The other 2 times it was for a couple of days.
Wow. That sucks.
So don't ask for them to share your live videos.
Yeah, I don't ask for anybody to add anybody or to share anything just because I hear about what you guys go through and I don't want any grief from anybody. I don't have that. I have a strict no drama policy, and that falls into the drama category. So, and about not knowing how to upload albums or anything, do you have any one of us near you, or do you have any friends?
No, I'm in Orlando.
I'm
But
sure
I have a friend that I've asked if I can go over. She's close to me, a sorority sister that sells. If she could, teach me close by, but I think she's on vacation this week.
I'll
Just
get
so that I feel hands-on.
We'll FaceTime and I'll show you how I used to do it. I don't do it anymore just because it was so time consuming, and because
I would love to get like you one day and just do a bunch of lives, but I think you have to start out doing both.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. The majority of our sales came from albums for many months. Don't be discouraged. All of you who are gonna, get started soon or just started. My first several lives, I had, I think, maybe 7 or 8 viewers, and it was my mom, my dad, it was my godmother, it was my grandma, and then maybe a couple of friends that were just trying to be supportive. And
I
Lisa was there, yeah.
We were there.
And but yeah, and then so like I would have one actual like paying customer out of all my viewers, but you should have seen my face when I like actually sold something live. I would be like, oh my god, I want to thank the Academy, this is amazing.
Yeah.
So
I've not been pushing learning it because I'm one of those people that needs to I think I'm going to have some inventory here to kind of like fake sell it and practice it.
yeah.
I can't like imagine that stuff either. Like I need something tactile to work with. So
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. I figure I'm probably going to have to learn as it's coming in, and I'm not going to sweat it until then. But yeah, I don't know internet stuff. My husband does computers, so I kind of gave up on anything that's not on an iPhone.
Yeah. I was at that exact same point. Like I'll say, why is the internet working? And he's like, did you turn it on and turn it off again? I'm like, no, why?
Yeah.
So yeah, same
Now I'm
point.
going to throw my hat in the ring and learn the internet.
Hey, Kristen.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
You can also create like a separate shopping page. Like a lot of us kind of have like a separate from our VIP page, a shopping page, and you can use something like that to actually practice loading your albums before you put it on your VIP page. So that might be an option for you to just kind of see how it all goes and how it all like works.
Okay. Yeah, all I have is the VIP page. But I only have like 10 people in that are close friends that are addicts, so I figured they'll let me pretend for a while before I really open it up.
You can open unlimited VIP pages or group pages, because I open a group for every one of my hostess. So I've got a lot of group pages out there. So you can just open a random one.
So that was another question I had. I've never booked a party or have no idea how to book when I was going to ask my friend to show me. But that's all you do is you open up a new group, just like I opened up a VIP page, and that's how you do it?
I think everybody does it kind of different. I create an event, and then, I've got the separate page like Morgan was talking about, and it's, since this is the Lula Barn, it's ET's Lula Barn, and it's like this Lula Barn, but it is online. So my inventory stays there. There's no uploading and downloading. I just I send the link to the event page. And I say, request to join here. They click it, they go in, they shop. The next day, I kick them all out. And then I have time to work with my photos, add the new, delete the sold, and nobody's in her. And then, I set up the event for the next thing, or my hostess party or whatever it is. And then I bring them in and I kick them out, and I bring them in and I kick them out. And that way I never have to upload these pictures, because that was causing like insane amounts of stress for me. So that was to my problem. And I don't have to worry about.
So then when you upload your images to your VIP page for your albums thing, then how do that one just always stays open and people go in and shop freely?
No, they cannot go in until I give them the link, and then I approve them to come in. Her and I can approve, nobody else. I don't set it as anybody can approve anybody, but then I go and delete the,
So you just hit the link and post the link on your VIP album, and then that's how they do. Okay.
Yeah. And then like I'll do lives on my main VIP page. I'll do like all or something, but if it's like inventory, they come to the ET's Lula Barn site.
Okay.
And that's it. And that allows like my best friend, she'll say, do you have any Irmas in my size that I might like? I'll let her in on today when nobody else.
I see. Okay, that's smart.
Like if Sarah is having her pop up tonight, nobody's in the ET's Lula Barn, so she can go in well, her hostess her friend that lives like in Alaska can shop because she can't come to the party. So she can
Right.
shop on. But at the pop-up, I'm not good about this, but I'm going to try to be better. I delete what's selling as it sells. And then her friend can get on tonight when I'm driving home and make any purchases.
Hey, Kristen, you're
Okay.
not too far from Windermere, right?
It's an hour, maybe. I mean, I've certainly driven that before to go to a pop-up, but
Okay.
I know Eve's over in Bay Hill, and that's maybe just maybe an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay, because Christine also is in that area, the Windermere area. So they're close-ish.
Yeah, they're the closest
Yeah.
in our team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, I appreciate your time so much. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Miss Betsy. I appreciate you guys. And I know that this is definitely something that I had been looking forward to. Yes, you have more to share?
I almost forgot. So our challenge is whoever books the most pop-ups by this time Sunday night, in-home pop-ups, I'm not going to give you a number, just the most-ish. By 9 o'clock Sunday, we have a prize for you. It's the LuLaRoe themed prize. I placed an order for you, so book them. I don't care if they are in June. If you don't have your inventory now, book them. So I'll put a graphic on the team page, and you can, like we did for the one Nick was handling, you can just put your dates underneath, and we'll total it up at the end of Sunday and a prize. And that's all that I had. So you can continue on.
Thank you. That is so generous of you guys. We appreciate it. Ladies, I will be posting the recording of this training on both the Q page and the team page. So if you want to go back later on, if you didn't catch from the beginning, if you want to, say go back earlier to where she jotted down some notes and whatnot, it will be available as soon as it's finished transcribing. And thank you for participating. I appreciate you all. I love you all. And until next time.
Thanks, guys. Good
Bye.
night.
Bye.